An advantage to growing older is that you can relate to memories that have helped you throughout the entire life. My story will start in 1944, when as a small boy of 11, I had a real challenge facing me because the world was in a total turmoil, and death was lurking around every corner. I was very fortunate because I was surrounded by different religions. I was born a Protestant, I had a Catholic nanny, and I had Hungary's predominantly Catholic schools, and I had a Jewish background. Of course, that was no problem because anytime that I got sick, I received the proverbial Jewish penicillin, chicken soup. Now, I could like to tell you just what made up this entire world. In 1944, the German armies invaded Hungary and rounded up all the Jews, all the Romans, and all the undesirables. I was one of those people, in spite of my background, and I ended up in a very, very stickish situation. I was taken to a rat-infested brick factory, and over there we were waiting for the trains that would take us to the infamous Auschwitz, where people were being either killed or sent to labor camps. At the time, I was just waiting for what would be happening because my mother was with me. They took us into the showers in order to get us rid of the infamous and infested lices that we were carrying in our former encampments. And we were grateful that the showers spit out water instead of the cyanide gas. From this particular point, we were taken to camps that were going to be our home for the foreseeable future. Here we were able to learn that our chore was to cut wood in the forest, which was actually fueling the German Army's trucks. I had a great deal of enthusiasm just looking at the skies as the silver lining formed by the vapor trails of the Allied bombers came in order to give us encouragement that life was still ahead of us. After 9 months of internment, we had the unsurging Russian armies liberate us, and we were able to then go home to our homes and resume our former lives. I know for a fact that the life that we led was every way what we desired, except for one thing. We had a very, 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 I should call it an unfortunate occasion where the Hungarian monetary value was changed from the infamous penge to the forint. I will never forget how we had to carry a whole bucket full of forint in order to buy one loaf of bread. Well, now my father, who was in the United States from 1938 on, sent us an invitation, and we were grateful to join him. And he was quite a hero in the Second World War, having gained the rank of Lieutenant Colonel in the OSS, which was the Secret Service of the United States. I went to several wonderful schools, from elementary school to high school to college, to learn the language. And at that particular time, we were ready to take on new responsibilities. I was drafted into the U.S. Army, and I was very happy to spend 6 months in Germany and a year in Paris. Well, I always had a penchant for singing, so here I had an opportunity to sing at a Parisian nightclub for 9 months. On my return, I had started to work with my father in the catalogization of millions of feet of confiscated films. This led me to be able to speak several other languages: English, German, French, and of course, Hungarian. From this date forth, we were able to go ahead and look to new endeavors. I was working for CBS. However, even though I went through the very rigorous and very specific schooling to become a broadcaster and gain that title, I couldn't shake the identity because of the very closed field. So I changed my careers. I went into office administration. And I worked for a company for 27 years, which gave me a great deal of hope that there were more good things ahead, as they were. I'm proud to tell you that I have been able to marry a wonderful lady for the past 46 years. We have children, we have grandchildren, and as they all moved out of the New York area, we had an opportunity to gain new chicks, new little friends, the Boy Scouts of America. And I see them grow from little boys to grown-ups. And at this particular time, I can also say that the rewards are always here for us to enjoy. One thing that I did remember in our internment was, as we looked up at the sky, we saw the silver lining around the vapor trails that were shed out by the United States Army's bombers as they were going to do their wonderful chores. Now I would like to sing to you a song, an inspirational song that my father taught to me, and it went like this. Look for the silver lining whenever a cloud comes over the blue. Remember, somewhere the sun is shining, and so the right thing to do is make it shine for you. A heart full of love and gladness will always passion, sadness and strife. So if you look for that silver lining, you will find the happiness in life. And remember, my friends, always think that life is ahead of you. Look for that silver lining, and you too will find the sunny side of life. I thank you, and good night. Thank you so much.
I would like to ask now to please take a minute.